What's going on, my fellow DC Universe and Marvel fans? GCDC here, and welcome back to another Let's Talk. Today I will be discussing upcoming CW shows and one that's been discussed right now. Those shows are Season 3 of Arrow, Season 1 of The Flash, and now just announced the brand new Supergirl show. Even though it won't be on CW, which is what they said, all us comic book fans are anxious to see what's coming up. Another show coming up is Gotham, September 22nd to be exact. So let's start talking about upcoming Season 3 of Arrow. First off, you don't need to be a Green Arrow fan to really enjoy this show. This show did a remarkable job on creating Green Arrow himself. Stephen Amell did a good job creating him as well. The only thing I didn't like was that they didn't give the regular personality of Oliver Queen. You can tell they tried to give him that personality when he wasn't suited up, but the most you would get out of it was a chuckle. During the second season, we see Roy with the want-to-be Venom serum. They called it the Mirakuru, which originated from the island that Oliver, Slade Wilson, Shadow, and Black Canary were stuck on. Even Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke, took use of it and gave it to himself and created an army with it as well when he was back in the city. So going back to Roy gets his character development that he always wanted. He gets training from Oliver, and we know he will eventually become Red Arrow. In the Season 3 trailer, we see him finally wear the suit and mask. We've all been waiting for this moment, haven't we? For Roy to officially become the Red Arrow. You know who I believe to be and act the best part in the show? Is Manu Bennett, the man that played Slade Wilson. You may also know him from Spartacus Blood and Sand. To me, they couldn't have chosen a better guy to play Deathstroke. He had the perfect look, voice, and acting for him. Plus, he's a big dude. Then at the end of Season 2, we finally see how he got the eye patch. And they finally suited him up in the famous Deathstroke suit. Even though it was a little bit overboard with the suit, it was still nice to see him finally get suited up as the regular Deathstroke. Now, Season 3 won't be having Slade Wilson anymore since he's enjoying his stay back on the island. However, I'm sure a lot of you dudes, and even I, are excited to see Ra's al Ghul try to bring down Starling City. They tried to get Liam Neeson to play him again, which would have been really cool since he did a good job on Batman Begins. So we will see how the other guy plays him. I hope they show him in the famous Lazarus Pit, which if you didn't know already, gives him his immortality. What I liked about Arrow so far is the darkness of the show. Nothing was really bright and cheerful. Chaos was always around, and they even make Green Arrow have a darker suit and a lower toned voice while in the suit. Kinda like a bad knockoff of the Dark Knight movies. However, it was necessary. But the show has been good so far, and I'm definitely excited for Season 3. So going from Arrow, Barry Allen was in there about 2 episodes, I believe. And the last time we saw him, he was struck by lightning. Now, they are continuing off that lightning strike, and here comes The Flash. I've never been so excited for a TV show in my life, because I'm finally seeing my favorite superhero of all time getting his own show. So I don't have much to talk about the show since it's barely the first season, and since it's like starting in October. I've heard from people that have watched, I guess, a pirated episode of the show, the first episode, and they said it was really cool. Well, it's like, yeah, it's the first episode. It's always supposed to be good. Kinda like the thesis statement in an essay. It's supposed to grab your attention. So there have been many trailers for this show, and the main villain has yet to be announced. Some people would argue with me and say that it's Girder, or even that guy you saw controlling the weather. No, I'll tell you who the main character is. It's that yellow blur you see running around Barry Allen's mom in the trailer. Now, I already know just who that yellow blur is. And if you're a Flash fan or have read certain comics such as The Flash Rebirth, then you would know exactly who that is as well. I'm only going to say one word about him. Reverse. There, now you have it. I can't wait to see him be his main villain and go against The Flash. The one thing I don't like already is that I think they could have done a better job on the suit. It's too dark of a red shade, and it's a little too plain. I guess CW has a thing for darkness, and can I say something real quick? I think they made Iris West a freaking hottie in the show. That is his lover after all. Okay, now going back. Now for the show, I hope they really stress just how good the Flash is. If you're a Flash fan, then you know that the speedsters, including Barry Allen being the fastest one of all of them, can do incredible things such as travel through time. So, I don't know if what I'm about to say is a spoiler or not, but it's a fact about the Flash, so you have been warned. Talking about the traveling through time, how do you think Barry Allen became who he is? That lightning that struck him in the lab was himself from the future. Sorry about that, just had to say it. Another villain I'm looking forward to is Captain Cold, one of the most famous villains of the Flash. He explains in a comic series that his free gun doesn't freeze the Flash, it stuns him. Some more people that they announced for Flash villains are Heatwave, Clock King, and someone else that I totally forgot. Now, we all know that a TV show like this can't just have one hero. So, they announced Firestorm. The guy who's playing him is Robbie Amell as well, brother of Stephen Amell who played the Arrow. I'm sure Firestorm is going to be hype as hell. My anxiety for the Flash show is going off the charts. Now, I'm only going to explain a little on Gotham. Gotham takes place when Bruce Wayne is a young boy and his parents were just murdered outside the theater. However, this show is not necessarily about Bruce Wayne before he became Batman. It's mainly about Jim Gordon. You can probably imagine he is a detective around this time and possibly after the people that killed Bruce's parents. We already have a chain of main characters ready for the show, such as Jim Gordon, Selina Kyle, aka Catwoman, Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin, Fish Mooney, Ivy Pepper, maybe Bruce Wayne here and there, and Edward Nygma, aka the Riddler. I'm really ready for Oswald Cobblepot and Edward Nygma, mainly because Edward Nygma is the Riddler, and he's like one of the smartest brains in the DC universe. Oswald Cobblepot, he's the crazy, the loony guy, the Penguin. So the last show that I want to talk about is the newly announced Supergirl show. First off, some people are already kinda mad that this show won't be aired on CW. I mean, give CW a break, guys. They're doing Flash, Arrow, that stupid show that I tried out and ended up not liking it after like the 5th or 6th episode, which was The 100. It was cool at first, but it just didn't carry on. In other shows that they're airing that I haven't mentioned. So Supergirl, I think they would have to start off with her at Krypton, and we might see her and her father Zor-El, which is the brother of Jor-El and the uncle of Kal-El Superman. And if they do, if you watched my last Let's Talk, you would know exactly who I really want to see Zor-El become, which is the cyborg Superman. So I hope that will be one of the villains. If I had to choose someone for Supergirl, it would probably be Yvonne Strahovski, or Therese Palmer, or even Amber Heard. Mainly because, you know, they're young, they're cute, and they're blonde, I guess. Just some suggestions, I guess. So I'm really excited for all these shows coming up in a month or two. Gotham will be the first to air on Fox on September 2nd. I already got my TV set to record it, so you guys should do the same. Also, Walking Dead, Season 5. Woo! Well, I'll see you guys on my next Let's Talk or review. Make sure to leave feedback, like, and subscribe if you like these videos, and I'll see you soon. Later, dudes.